To give a more brief about the International Corpac Summit, which is going to come a few years down the line in Hyderabad, I'd like to give a brief introduction of all the members present here. We have with us our Federation President, Mr. Vinit Jain. We have the first Vice President, Mr. Dharmendra Pandya. We have with us Mr. Raghavan, the second Vice President. We have with us our Association of Corrugated Case of Telangana Global Ambassador, Mr. M.V.M. Bharat. And now to brief you about the Corpac Summit 2027. And for the first time ever, an Indian is going to chair that Federation of ICCA, International Corrugated Case Association, which has got 59 member countries. Now I request Mr. M.L. Agarwal to kindly give a brief of the ICCA Summit.
Thank you, Sagar. Friends, as Sagar has already said, corrugated packaging is a very versatile and very universal type of packaging used practically everywhere. Nothing in this world can move without corrugated packaging. Getting something from Amazon or Flipkart, definitely you're getting something in corrugated boxes. Each and everything moves, even from the small item, from your large boxes going up to almost, like you take solar panels, very large size boxes, everything goes in corrugated boxes. In India, the corrugated packaging started in a small way, but now of late it has been growing very handsomely, and particularly in the last 4 or 5 years, now the production has reached 10 million tons or even maybe 11 million tons, because we are not having exact capacity because the industry is spread across so many very large number of units. Collecting data is a problem. Not only in India, it's a problem worldwide, because I just attended the International Corrugated Case Summit and the International Corrugated Case Association board meetings in Canada, in Banff. And there also, worldwide, people were having a problem about collecting data. So we are trying to narrow it down to the best possible, and we have a figure of about 10 to 11 million tons, which is a very accurate figure. And it is growing at about 10% per annum. And with that, the industry size would be about 50,000 rupees per year. That is the industry. So if anybody has any questions about industry, then we will move on to the other agenda items. So industry itself, do you have any questions, or I'll move on to... See, the structure of industry is, individual industries are member of, like we are Telangana Association of Corrugated Case of Telangana, representing not only Telangana but also Andhra Pradesh. But we somehow the name is come to Telangana because of the reorganization of states, and we are being located in Hyderabad. And but we represent both the states. We are members from both the states. And ACT in turn is a member of Federation of Corrugated Box Manufacturers of India, which has 13 regional associations with about 2,500 plus members. And the number of members, of course, is not going to increase too much because the capacities are increasing drastically now. But the total production is going to increase substantially. Now with the rising, everybody, most of you are business correspondents, so you know that India is doing very well. Indian economy is growing rapidly. India is being recognized. That I can tell from my experience personally when we met so many foreign delegates in the International Corrugated Case Association. Everybody was looking up to India. So the whole world is looking up to India now. India has arrived on the global scene as far as business is concerned. And we have to measure up to their expectations. And Within FCBM, now after this meeting, we are having the Managing Committee of the Federation of Corrugated Box Manufacturers of India, which is held once in 3 months across different cities. And this time, since it is in Hyderabad, and since we have just come back from attending the International Corrugated Case Summit and the board meeting, we thought we'll have it in a slightly grander fashion. And that's why we are having this board, this thing, also to announce our future plans of what is going to come in future. FCBM has annual conferences. Last year was in Indore, which was incidentally our Golden Jubilee year. Next year is in turn of Gujarat. They are hosting it in Goa. After that is Karnataka, which is hosting it in Bangalore. After that will be in UP, and they have still to decide where they will host. And after that in 2026, the 27, the turn is of Telangana. So we'll be hosting it in Hyderabad. But what we have done is, we have clubbed the FCBM conference and ICA Global Summit, which is held once in 2 years. The current was held in Banff in Canada. Next one will be held in 2025 in Osaka, Japan. And 2027 will be held in Hyderabad. So that will be a very first time that International Corrugated Case Association is coming to India. And very first time we are getting an honor of heading that organization. So I will have the honor of being chairman of that from 2025 to 2027. I would like to take you back to 2010 when last Telangana hosted. At that time we were Andhra Pradesh Corrugated Manufacturers Association because at that time the 2 states were still together. At that time we had a very good show here. The first Corrupac Summit we organized here with 1,100 plus delegates, and that record has not been anywhere near approached anywhere by any other association in last 13 years. Our target is at least to achieve that, if not exceed that, as far as FCBM conference is concerned. And in ICA summits, the normal attendance is about 170 to 200. Our target, we are putting at 300, and we made a presentation. Mr. Ankit Agarwal is here. He made a very good presentation, and presentation was very much appreciated by the delegates in ICA, and they liked the concept that we are proposing, and almost practically everyone has promised to come, and we will expand it to include the Asian countries, because right now the Asian participation in ICA is very little. We are trying to expand it so that we can get this thing. One advantage we have is, I was president of Asian Corrugated Case Association also in 2003 to 2005. So we have very good contacts all across Asia. We will use those contacts, invite all the members of the packaging fraternity from Asia, Middle East, and Africa also. We are establishing contacts now, so that these countries which are not having a proper representation of International Corrugated Case Association will get a proper representation. So we are planning at least 300 delegates for ICA Global Summit and 1,000 plus delegates for FCBM Summit. And these dates we have frozen on 27th, 28th and 29th of January 2027. So the 2 events will run together. And in 2010, we had a very big corrugated packaging exhibition, international level. For the very first time in India we had. After that, of course, the exhibitions are coming. But this time we want to exceed much more than that. We want to have at least 7,000-8,000 square meters of exhibition running concurrently along with this. For that also the preparations are underway. So it will be a triple event, ICA Global Summit, FCBM Annual Conference, and a International Corrugated Packaging Exhibition, 3 events running together. So these are the 3 things which we have planned. Of course, this will be an ongoing. Maybe we'll be meeting you on an annual basis till that time to update you what is the progress. And as of now, this is the broad plan. If any member has any questions, we'll be pleased to answer.
Industry size in Telangana and Hyderabad. Tell about the
Goods and consumer durable goods, which are the maximum users of packaging, and more particularly processed food industry. Worldwide, these are the trends that processed food industry is the biggest consumer, followed by consumer goods, followed by consumer durables, and pharma. These are the four major segments of packaging industry. And pharma, of course, in Telangana is very good, but other three segments are not so strong. Other types of industries are coming in a large way, but these segments, government has started, like from the food processing in the Federation of Telangana event with KTR addressed 3-4 days back. He is quite candid that we are going to work on this now, that we are going to look at the other segments of industry. So when the government is focusing more on the other segments in the Telangana corrugated packaging industry and all other types of packaging will grow substantially. So right now, the Telangana, I would rate the capacity at about maybe about how much should I say? 0.5 million tons per annum. But we expect this to grow in Telangana once these industries like the cluster for medical equipment, cluster for food processing, that every district they are planning. So once all these become operational, while the national growth may be at about 10% per annum, we expect that the Telangana packaging industry will grow at 15% per annum.
the size for the 50,000 crore power India.
Yes.
So Telangana or Hyderabad the size for this project?
Telangana, Hyderabad would be say about 2,500 crores.
What's the operation in Telangana share in?
Can you take a mic? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'll explain it. He wants to know Telangana's share in India's production capacity. Is that what your question, Madhu?
I think it is roughly in the share of the GDP. I would say it is roughly about 4% of the industrial segment. 4 or maximum 5%, not beyond that.
Could you kindly throw more light on this conference which is coming for the first time to be held in 2027, where expected participation is about 2,500, that's what the
No,
president
not
said.
2,500. I didn't say that. I said 1,000 for FCBM. We are having 3 events.
Yeah, 3 events together.
So 3 events together, like ICA Summit and FCBM Summit, we are trying to still program it. ICA Summit has got a different agenda because the topics discussed there are of a different level. They are on the global level. And whereas in FCBM we discuss topics of a slightly different level. So we cannot have both together totally. So what we are trying to discuss this thing is, like if it's a 3-day conference, maybe about 2 days will be ICA will be exclusive ICA and FCBM will be exclusive FCBM running simultaneously. One day may be an overlap in which both ICA and the FCBM will be in the same hall.
Where is the venue?
Venue, we are looking at various venues. HICC is one of them, and the new hall opposite ITC Kohinoor is another one option. So we are looking at 2-3 options. Because one thing will be, a major issue will be getting hotels. Because no hotel in Hyderabad has got that kind of capacity what we are looking. We will be needing almost about 500 rooms plus, or maybe even much more than that. So we have to look within that area only, high-tech area only.
How many countries delegates will participate in that summit?
In Banff, if you are looking, I would say there were about 20 countries, 15 countries only, not even 20. A major segment was coming from USA and Canada, some from South America, and some from Europe. These countries accounted for most, and then from Asia there were hardly about 5 countries. So Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, India, that's all. So that was it, because as I said, their agenda, it was such a far away place. Banff is not a very easy place to go. It is a one small mountain resort. Traveling is very difficult for that. And so it was very difficult. And then getting visas for US and Canada for particularly Asians is very difficult. So all those problems will not be there in India. And then air connectivity to India now is improved considerably. And now with 1,000 plus planes for Indigo and Air India coming before that, the connectivity will improve considerably. And most of the places will get connected directly to Hyderabad on a direct flights, USA, Canada, Europe. So we are expecting a much better this thing. And Europe will be concentrating more on Asia and on Africa, which has been neglected till now. So we expect at least 100 people to come from Asia and Africa, plus the usual 150, 200 from Europe and America.
What is the today and tomorrow conference main agenda? What is the main agenda for today and tomorrow conference?
This is basically the managing committee of FCBM. So we are discussing various issues connected with the industry, and I think our FCBM president, Mr. Vinny Jain, is here on my left side. No, basically we are discussing various industry developments and all. There's no technical discussions going on today and tomorrow. So basically the industry's issues, what are the growth figures, what are the, like we are arriving at 10, 11 million tons. We are taking survey within our members to arrive at. So basically it's mostly internal issues, but we are called for this press conference mainly to announce our future plans, and so that we are on board. Next 2 years we will be having much bigger events with conferences. There are maybe small exhibitions also, instead of just tabletop exhibition. So we'll have an annual this thing running as a run-up to 2027 in 24, 25 and 26, or at least 2 events we'll have before 27, so that we have a good build-up for the 2027 event.
Since the professionals from across India are meeting here, to discuss issues concerned to the industry, we would like to know what are the issues or problems that are confronting the industry.
See, the issues confronting the industry, for particularly corrugated packaging industry, A is quality of paper. It is improving now, it is improved considerably. Quality of paper in India is very bad because fundamentally we don't have fiber, good quality fiber. India is, as you know, it's a temperate country, so only in colder climates like Northern America, Canada, Northern Europe, Russia, those areas, because of the very cool climates, they have forests which are yield very long fiber. Longer the fiber, the more the strength of the kraft paper. Since we don't have that, most of our paper is produced using recycled paper, which is imported now. Up till now, the major problem was most of that paper was going to China. But fortunately, for last 3-4 years now, almost India has become the largest importer of waste paper now, overtaking China. So to some extent, the fiber the issue is getting solved, but still the capability of mills to produce high quality paper was lacking. Now a number of mills are coming with the larger capacities like 300 tons per day, 400 tons per day, even 500 tons per day. They are coming up with systems in their plant to do much better quality controls, much better refining of fiber, so that they get a much better product. That is happening, but it's happening at slow pace. So that is one issue. Another issue, of course, is the price of paper in India is much higher as compared to international prices. So our competitiveness to that extent gets reduced considerably. And then we have a huge overcapacity within the industry. That is nobody's fault. It's our own fault. Our own people have set up more factories, so that is overcapacity. That is leading to a unfair competition scenario. So, as I said, when I said that number of industries will not grow by 2,500, I don't know how many paid attention. My very reason for mentioning that is, we are going to see some attrition because of this unfair competition. Everybody will not be able to survive. Only the fittest will survive, and those who are not good enough will be left behind, and they may look at some better venues to move on. So I think that is satisfied you. I will request our global ambassador, Mr. Bharat, to say a few words and then propose vote of thanks.
Very much thank you to the press people. अच्छा तेलुगु में बोल रहा है ఈ ప్రెస్ వారు అంతా జరా వచ్చిన జరా థ్యాంక్స్ అండి మా తరపు నుంచి కొద్దిగా మాది కవరేజ్ చేసి కొద్దిగా కమింగ్ ఈవెంట్స్ గురించి కొద్దిగా రాస్తే విల్ బి వెరీ మచ్ థ్యాంక్ ఫర్ దిస్.
This will cover all the events and all the activities of our association. As you know, it is all our association.
Lights.
Okay.